Hello everyone, it's Jamal Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. This video is going to be blisteringly quick, and I know sometimes when I say blisteringly quick, it's like an hour later, but this is not going to be one of those, he said this is going to be quick, ... or someone looks at the bottom of the video, it's like, this guy said it's going to be quick, and this video is like an hour long. I'm 3 minutes in. What the hell happened? No, this video is going to be quick. So, I was looking over information for a video I wanted to do about Dennis Kucinich. My volume, bastard. About Dennis Kucinich, a hit piece done by Huffington Post. And this is amazing to me, seeing as the Huffington Post was this kind of full-throated Hillary Clinton supporter, and that woman was taking millions of dollars from these places, even from Russia. Even from Russia. So it's like, I'm not going to take a lesson from Huffington Post on Dennis Kucinich taking money from apparently Assange sources. I'm still looking through their article, so I haven't necessarily gone through it yet, but I'm going to rip that thing apart. Because I strongly suspect that what they're trying to get across is a little bit different once you look into it. So there's that. This particular video is not on that, however. This video has to do with Julian Assange. Julian Assange has now been, or WikiLeaks, I'll say WikiLeaks, has been added into a ridiculous lawsuit by the DNC, this Orwellian lawsuit, charging that that Russia, the government of Russia, WikiLeaks, and there was one other actor in this, Donald Trump, assisted in some kind of trickery in order to throw the election against Hillary Clinton. This is absurd. This is beyond absurd. This takes absurd to new heights and new meanings. And yet, this is what they're going to go through. Fine, whatever. If you want to persist in this, they forget that there's one person on the planet who knows for certain where he got the information from, and that's Julian fucking Assange. And Rohrabacher, one of the Republican representative from California, went and spoke to Julian Assange. And Julian Assange told him that he has physical evidence that proves that Russia didn't give them the information. Now, a lot of us have taken this to be complete nonsense that that Russia did this. It came across that this was a leak and not a hack. And there's evidence to make that point. The media ran with a particular narrative for various reasons that I've talked about in various videos. But I want to keep this video concise. If they feel like they're pressured to do this, this will be a nuclear bomb. This would be a bomb. Imagine the narrative that has taken place for the past 2 years. Imagine all of the time and all of the orations that have gone into pushing this narrative. Imagine all of the news guys, one newspaper after the next, signing their name at the end of a long hate screed to Donald Trump because he hurt Hillary Clinton by working with Russia. Imagine what takes place if forced to do so. Julian Assange reveals his source, or at the very least reveals flat fact way that Russia didn't do it. And by the way, he does have that. The means that he gets that secret information that he created, I don't know the name of it, but that safe means, that in and of itself is probably the evidence that he's talking about that gives it as a flat fact who gave him the file and where he got that file from. He has that information. He has to have that information. He's Julian Assange. Rohrabacher says that evidence exists. That will be a nuclear bomb. That's all I'm saying. Let me read the article. I'm not a big fan of Washington Times, but if they're talking about something that took place as a flat fact, if the Washington Times comes out and says, Bob was on television and Bob said XYZ on television, then as a flat fact, Bob either did or did not say that. How it aligns with the world is less important to, how it aligns with the world is the truth of it, per se, if that makes sense. I don't care who tells me that truth of it as long as the truth of it is real. Washington Times. Representative Dana Rohrabacher, California Republican, left the meeting with Julian Assange believing the WikiLeaks publisher had physical proof Russia didn't supply his website with leaked Democratic National Committee emails it released during the 2016 presidential race. Mr. Rohrabacher made the comment in an interview on Breitbart Radio published online Thursday, in which he spoke about the 2017 visit to the Ecuadorian embassy in London. Mr. Assange took up refuge in the diplomatic compound in 2012, and in 2016, his website began publishing sensitive DNC, that put it mildly, DNC emails alleging sourced allegedly sourced by the Russian state-sponsored hackers as part of the effort meant to help President Trump's campaign. No. In an effort to hurt Hillary Clinton is more accurate. Just because you want to hurt somebody doesn't necessarily mean you want to help somebody else. It's binary thinking. You can be both. You can be one or the other. You can be neither. It doesn't necessarily have to be one helps the other, if that makes sense. Meaning, I may dislike you because I think you're going to start a nuclear war. It doesn't necessarily mean I like him. We don't know that. But whatever. Even if you want to make that case, it doesn't matter. By now, everybody knows that this idea that Trump was colluding with the Russians in order to get them to do things like steal the DNC emails and release them through WikiLeaks. The public knows that this is just baloney and is an excuse, Mr. Rohrabacher said in an interview. I knew the one man who could prove this, it was all baloney, was Assange. So I went to see him in London, and he confirmed for me that the Russians did not give him the DNC emails. He had physical proof, and he was going to let me see that and have that. But only once. I found an agreement so he wouldn't get arrested when he leaves the Ecuadorian embassy, Mr. Rohrabacher insisted. Oh, but only if he can get an agreement that he won't be arrested. Here's the thing. You've just told Donald Trump you're going to take him to court. In addition to telling Donald Trump you're going to take him to court over this Russia nonsense, Donald Trump has gotten D. Geneva in his camp. D. Geneva is a prosecutor who thinks this Russia stuff is complete nonsense and baloney. You've just created a situation where Donald Trump may indeed give him this kind of pardon of sorts, even though I don't know how it's going to be a pardon because he's not a U.S. citizen. But you've just potentially have created the means that have incentivized the people who are in that particular component to do what Julian Assange wants in regards to making sure that he doesn't go to prison. And Julian Assange releasing that very specific bit of information showing that it wasn't the Russians. That would be a bombshell. That would be an absolute bombshell. I don't know if that's going to take place, but the chips are there for them to do it. And I am curious about what this means from the standpoint of the law within regards to discovery within the Democratic Party itself. Yes, they're going to block all efforts to look into the Democratic Party, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you won't necessarily pay attention to it. Also, all this stuff is now going to be in the media. People are going to be talking about the emails. Oh, man. This may not go the way Democrats think it's going to go. And the nuclear bomb in this is Julian Assange. That interview with Julian Assange alludes to this thing of Seth Rich. Oh, man. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. That's all I got to say. Stay tuned. I mean, this guy is they're talking about this is baloney. This didn't take place. There was no Russian collusion or anything else. And he makes the clear point that I made, that makes perfect sense in the world. There is one guy, probably more than one, but there is at least one guy who knows the truth about this. And that person is completely ignored in this process. When Julian Assange was talking to a reporter and he mentioned Seth Rich, just brings it up out of the blue. And the reporter's like, well, why did you bring up Seth Rich in the context of the WikiLeaks documents? Well, I mean, this is a dangerous thing that people do. Yeah, now, why are you talking about this being dangerous and you're talking about Seth Rich? This is weird. Why are you talking about this? Why are you talking about this? Julian Assange is a nuclear bomb in this. That's all I'm saying. So, this should be fascinating. Rohrabacher is openly saying Julian Assange is saying he has physical proof. So, I am going to end that. I'm going to end this on that. I found this to be interesting. Who is this? Oh, Baltazar. I totally call Russian bait coming back to bite Hillary Clinton. Just wait. Somehow the DNC would claim Jimmy Dore colluded with Assange through Randy Credico. I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them. I think this is dangerous for them. Like I understand why they're doing it. I think they believe they control the narrative enough where they can pull this off. But there are stray hairs that can bite them in the ass on this. That's my only point. The stray hairs. Breaking news. The DNC just filed a lawsuit against Progressive Voice for providing too many talking points to Jamal. Anyway, I got to get hammered like my name was H.A. in a debate on the channel. Keep up the great work. HA was awesome, and I appreciate HA for coming on. Would you say HA getting hammered? I like that. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. That's my audience. Both is on 228. We may finally be in a situation where court could be in session over Trump. Wait. Okay. We may finally be in a situation where court could be in sessions over trumped up skirples out charges where people rushing to conclusions, not putting context. I hope that people can see that. I hope they can see that. Because I'm reading it, it's not doing it justice. It's fucking work of art. Work of art, Balthazar. And I'm not saying that because you just gave me money. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate all this. All the super chats and everything else. It absolutely helped the show. Like, again, I keep saying this. I try to make the show into like a part-time thing. And I'm trying to grow it. And trying to grow it like anything else. It takes resources to grow. So, at some point, I want this to be a full-time gig. Right now, it is a part-time gig. So, I appreciate all the help you guys give. And I say that whether you donate through Super Chat, whether you donate through Patreon. I say that whether you're liking or sharing the videos. I say that if you set through a video and you say, I think this guy's a fucking asshole, but I think he's a fucking earnest asshole. And I disagree with him, but I agree with a particular percentage of it. And I like when he said that, but I dislike when he said that. If you give me the benefit of the doubt, thank you. Like, I get a lot of Trump voters on my page. And I am not a Democrat. I'm damn sure not a Republican. And I don't necessarily know if they know what to make of me. They may say, holy shit, this guy's agreeing with me an X percentage of the time, so I don't necessarily know how to take it. Take me as I am. If you think what I'm saying makes sense, then fuck the labels. Who cares if what I call myself? I call myself, progressive soapbox, but I say I'm further to the left than most. I don't look at this stuff through political means. I look at this stuff through mechanical, kind of technological means. How do you get a better world? I start there. What is the way that you preserve humanity and you preserve a sustainable world? That's where I start. That's my bias. Everything else is relative to that particular bias. I don't care about the parties. Don't care about the parties. So, I appreciate all of you. Look, I can't have a channel without you. That's what it boils down to. So, I thank all of you for your support. All of these people who are in the chats and everything else. Thank you. So, I'm not going to keep this one long. Like I said, it's going to be blisteringly quick. It's 12 minutes. 12 minutes is not blisteringly quick for certain things, but for me, contextually, that's not bad. You guys have an awesome, well, still Saturday night, so go get hammered. Find somebody to spend the night with. I'm going to go check my wife. She's playing Xbox. So, you guys have a good night. I'll see you all tomorrow. Probably. Knowing me, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, everyone.